Think it's working. Alright guys, today we are going to be talking about Fantom Network, so I guess we'll just wait for a couple people to join, but if you guys are jumping in, why is it disconnected? Is the chat working? Yeah, it looks like it's working. Anyways guys, if you guys are jumping in, we are going to be talking about Fantom Network. Guys, this sucker's huge, so guys, you got to stay tuned. You will really like to hear what this video is about. It could potentially be an ETH killer. Again, I'm just phrasing it. Guys, it's not going to be an ETH killer. ETH is here to stay, but it is going to be a good competitor, and it is definitely going to help with a lot of the gas fee and a lot of the gas issues we're having right now. They already have several different ones. You got ones like Algorand, eGold. What are the other ones? Solana. You got Polkadot. You got Cardano. There's so many different ones. But we're going to talk about the real legit one. This is called Fantom Network. And guys, a lot of people have been missing out. And I got to tell you guys about it. The fees are like nothing on it. It's crazy. In fact, let me just show you some of not some of the previous blocks. Let me just click on a random block so you guys can see it. The fees are like nothing. Well, this guy was actually sending Fantom. But we'll look at this block just so you guys can see it. The fees, nothing. Literally nothing. 0.00 or 0.002 look at this. 0.000002 Fantom. How much is one Fantom? It's about 40 cents, guys. But anyways, guys, if you guys are tuning in, jumping in, go ahead and smash up the like buttons. Really helps in the channel. We talk about different altcoin projects, different cryptocurrencies, and basically how to make it in the game. By the way, we have a chat section over here. Guys, if you guys are getting wrecked right now, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And tell me how you guys are feeling. Tell me what you guys are feeling on the markets right now. Yeah, markets aren't fun, but guys, it's always buy low, sell high. Don't forget that. Not financial advice, just my opinion, and that's how it should be. So we're going to go ahead and give you guys an overall look at the market, but obviously whatever Bitcoin does, most of the other guys do. Fantom actually held pretty strong today, so a pretty interesting project though. It actually, if you look at the chart, it's been going up. So guys, we already got 8 viewers. We're going to go ahead and start it. If you guys are tuning in, guys, go ahead and smash up the likes. It really helps the channel, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That way you guys are tuned in every time you join. Let's see, we got 8 viewers and no likes. Come on, guys, you must hate me that bad. Alright, so Fantom, what is it? So if you guys haven't heard about Nano, Nano is basically, they are having an airdrop, by the way, guys. They're having that airdrop on between now and the 25th for some Banano. If you guys want to look into that, just look at my previous videos. But basically what Nano is a feeless cryptocurrency, and they work by a DAG, which is a I want to say not a decentralized acrylic graph. It's basically how it works is if my actual wallet or your actual wallet communicates with mine, then we both interact and create a transaction. So my block verifies your block verifies another block because you transact with another person. We're going to get into it and explain how it works. And that's basically how Fantom works, except it's a little different than Nano. So Nano, you can't do smart contracts. However, with Fantom, you can use smart contracts. They use the coding language called Scala. It's not the same as Ethereum's, but either way, it's crazy what you can do with this technology. I mean, they have so many partnerships. In fact, they're working on a partnership with Andre Cronje with YFDI, and he's thinking about he is bringing over most of his transactions and all of the things he's currently doing with this protocol. He's bringing it over to Fantom. Why isn't he bringing it to Binance Smart Chain? Guys, we've already been talking about this. Binance Smart Chain is centralized. Don't forget about that. Yeah, it's a great band-aid right now, but it's centralized. It's not a good fix. But Fantom, on the other hand, is decentralized. The fees are like nothing. Actually, in fact, they're cheaper than Binance's. So guys, keep that in mind. It's pretty crazy. And this is undervalued altcoin. And in regards to the tokenomics, 2.5 billion are in circulation, and a total of 3.1 billion will be fully released. Low market cap. If you compare that to Polkadot or Solana or Cardano, those guys are in like 60 million. Solana's not as much, but Guys, this is an undervalued gem, in my opinion. And look at their GitHub. Updated 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago. I haven't seen a project that has 6 different updates in the past day. I haven't seen that. This means their team is working like crazy. It means they're doing everything they can to get up and going. And on top of that, these guys are actually mainnet, so it's not just a promise. It's not like, hey, we got this great project, we're going to do this. Guys, don't forget, Ethereum still is not at sharding, which is ETH 2.0. Don't forget about that. It still is a promise. We assume it's going to work because they do have the best developers and the best team in the blockchain industry. But guys, it's not active like this one is. This one's active. This one's working. And obviously, while Ethereum is having its issues, I'm still very bullish on Ethereum. There's going to be developers who want to build products and not have the issue where no one comes onto the platform because the gas fees are ridiculous. So also, guys, while we're doing this, go ahead and leave your comments in the side panel. I'll answer your comments if you guys have any questions about the project, but we're going to go ahead and do the deep dive now. So one platform, endless solutions. So this is solving the blockchain trilemma, in my opinion. So what is the blockchain trilemma? Well, you have scalability, security, and decentralization. This one's scalable. It's got 300,000 transactions per second. Way more than Visa, guys. That's like, what is that, 40? No, that's like 100 times as much. It's nuts. It's crazy. The security, it's very secure. In fact, it has its own. Okay, so on the other hand, Nano, yeah, it's great that one chain or one wallet communicates with another, making the chain. But this one actually has its own. They call it the OPERA chain inside of it to validate it. So it has a staking mechanism as well for extra security. But yet it still has those other layers like quote unquote plasma, or I guess you can consider it like. So you have the blockchain, which is on one layer. It's like a highway. Only so many cars can drive. But if you look up in the sky, that's layer 2. So you can stack up all those flying cars and they can just zoom by and as many transactions as you want. Except if you have on that highway, there's only so many transactions, quote unquote, cars that can go through. But with the DAG, decentralized, yeah, with the DAG technology, it allows it to go to the sky, is how you can relate it. And it basically, all these transactions can go over each other. And it's not just one, like one cash register to go out the store. There's multiple. And it's infinite because it's the sky. The sky's the limit. Whenever someone says that, well, that means it's infinite. In regards to, well, we already went over security because they have their own, man, drawing a blank, guys. I'm so sorry. OPERA chain, their own OPERA chain. They're scalable, 300,000. Decentralized, yes, we're going to go into that as well. The team only holds 15%, which is unlike most cryptocurrencies where they hold like 50, 60%. It's nuts. It's crazy. That's not right. That's raping people. But anyways, here's their partnerships. I mean, they're partnered with Chainlink. They're partnered with API 3, Band. They're partnered with Ren, Ethereum Classic, Waves, Ontology. They're actually theoretically partnered with Ethereum too. If you guys haven't heard, Ren has their own bridge to Ethereum. If you haven't researched the project, so basically people can go straight through Ren onto Fantom Network through the bridge. They're partnered with Frontier. I'm sure you guys have heard about this one. We were talking about it before BitBoy Crypto shilled the mess out of it. But now everyone knows about Frontier. We were talking about it when it was 40 cents. And BitBoy shot it up to stinking $8. Hate when people do that, man. Because some people bought it at $8 and they got wrecked. Guys, don't buy on massive pumps. Don't do it. You got OKX, VidID. There's so many different partnerships, guys. Look at all these. If you guys haven't heard about injected protocol, this is basically derivatives and stocks. So you can trade like Tesla and all kinds of garbage without having to deal with the central authority, which is aka Robinhood, and they say, hey, you can't trade, whatever. So it's awesome. It's crazy. So that's their partnerships. We don't really need to harp on that anymore. But going into Fantom, let's go ahead and play their hype video so you guys. Youch. Yeah, this isn't going to work, boys. I'm going to stop this. That is like killing my ears. Can you guys again? I'm so sorry about that, guys. Can you guys hear better? Can you hear better? Sorry. Can you hear? I hope so. Okay, cool. All right, so anyways, I would play the video, but basically it's going to relate it just to how Ethereum is. That was like vicious noise. It relates it just as Ethereum is. So Ethereum is somewhat, well, you guys know how Ethereum works. I really don't need to explain it. It's just a smart contract platform. They actually have an example in their white paper. We're going to get into it. Similar to how you pay with a credit card for something, you haven't theoretically given the company your money. You just gave them a quote-unquote promise, and they take the credit card, they take the money, and then they give you the product, and if you don't like it, well, you can dispute the payment. So they theoretically don't have your money in hand. So this is the same type of thing, but we'll get into it. So I really like the layout. I like the website. I like the information. They offer staking, and you can go straight into their wallet. It's one of these links. I think it's this one. No. One of these. Oh, here it is. So the wallet's awesome, man. You can go straight into your wallet, and you can go ahead and add delegation and go ahead and stake immediately. So it's not something that's like, oh man, this is kind of confusing. How do I do this? Oh, I need to open up 3 different wallets and then deposit here, 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 and then subscribe to their Twitter and then send them over my birthright and do everything, and then I can stake it. Oh wait, and there's a 40-day lockup period. Okay, that's awesome. I'm in. No, you don't have to do that. You can just stake it straight through the wallet, and you can actually do everything through here. So it's all a one-stop shop. This is what we need. We need an easy on-ramp. You can participate in governance right here. You can make voting. It's everything. I mean, it's all here on this wallet. I recommend you guys play around with it. You can participate in DeFi. I'm sure they're going to have a link for Yearn Finance on here. So it's awesome. These are some of the, well, we'll get into the frequently asked questions at the end. So FTM, this is basically the token for the network. This is what it's used for. It's used for securing the network, payments, on-chain governance, and network fees. So you guys are asking, oh, well, why do they have payments? Just make, or why do they charge like 0.0, like nothing, like fractions of a penny? Well, this is why. If you have a feeless cryptocurrency, they can have a quote-unquote hacker or someone who tries to break the system by sending out thousands and well, millions, or not thousands, but hundreds of thousands of transactions in a period of time to break the network. If you haven't heard about this, go look at Avalanche. Avalanche, they were zooming, they were killing it, and then they had an issue with the blockchain. They couldn't handle all the transactions, and it was like a freeze up. So it was like, what in the world? Remember, guys, this one's been functioning since 2019. It's been mainnet. Avalanche, on the other hand, has only been mainnet for a couple months. So yeah, there's so many different scaling solutions, but you want to go with the ones that are proven. You want to go with the ones that are actually working and the ones that have good partnerships and a good team. We're actually going to be talking about another project that actually allows fiat on-ramp instead of just on centralized exchanges. This allows fiat on-ramp onto like Compound, Aave. But stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll talk about it. It's really cool. So you guys can see a little bit about how the governance and the ecosystem works. You do need this token to participate in governance, which makes sense, because why would you want someone voting on something if they have no say or they don't have anything in the game? And it makes sense. I don't know why I'm printing stuff. So this is the supply. We already talked about this. We don't need to go over it. You store FTM in the wallet. You can get this on major crypto exchanges. I think Binance, yeah, Binance is one of them. So that's really all you need to know, Binance, because everyone can really use Binance. I think they have Binance US too if you guys are in the US. If you need it and you guys are like, oh, I can't really use Binance and no Binance US, you always got Uniswap, you have SushiSwap, and then you can get KuCoin. KuCoin's really awesome. I actually like KuCoin. Anyways, so let's see. We already talked about Fantom. Oh, okay. So why Fantom? Again, we already talked about the blockchain trilemma, and this is what they're solving. So they have the high-speed consensus mechanism, which they call as Lachesis. This is a little bit different than nanos is because they have the OPERA chain operating inside of it. So it's basically the quote-unquote beacon chain for Ethereum, or is your main chain. This is how you can relate it in simple terms. You have the highway and then the sky. The sky is going to be like your the layer 2, all the other transactions happening with each other. And then your highway is where the real transactions and where the real things are going to be happening. So it all comes back on chain. So this kind of explains how it works. We already described it again and again. We don't need to go into that again unless you want me to. And this does have a not an option, but it has a proof of stake mechanism as well. And again, this is scalable because you aren't going to be using crazy amounts of electricity like the size of Greenland. But hey, that's for another thing. But I will say Bitcoin, very secure. Not harping, not wrecking on them. I'm just saying they use a lot of power. Fantom, it is open source. As I showed you, you can just access the blockchain right here. Super easy. Everyone can see it, just like Ethereum. And Fantom, where's Fantom going? Well, they're building a lot of partnerships. They're working really hard. Actually, here's in their roadmap. I actually wrote a couple notes. So they're all-in-one DeFi suite. We already talked about that. Uniswap clone launched on Fantom. Guys, they got a thing called Funi. If you guys want to check this one out. I don't think it's listed with a token. Yeah, it's not listed with a token yet. But, guys, if you trade on the exchange, maybe you can get a token. Anyways, free airdrops. Just a side note. Fantom is used as a pilot program in Afghanistan for combating counterfeit drugs. So this is basically being well used for it's actually being used. It's not just like, oh yeah, there's a promise. We're Cardano. We're doing all this. I'm not saying Cardano is bad. All I'm saying is there's still a promise, guys. Cardano hasn't launched it. I mean, they have a working product, but it's not like fully working. So it's still somewhat of a promise. Like Ethereum, fully working. That's something that's proven. It has developers on it. People are developing. There are no developers yet on Cardano. So there's nothing on there. You can go on the chain, have fun, whatever. There's nothing on it. You can't do anything. Oh, cool. I can send Johnny some ADA. Yeah, great. What do I buy with this ADA? Oh, you could send it back to me and I'll accept your ADA. Oh, that's great. Okay. Can I go eat a burger with it? No. Okay. Anyways, Fantom is building a blockchain ERP solution for energy giant dApps. So this is also another thing I forgot to hit on. So you can combine Nano and IOTA. If you guys haven't heard about IOTA, it's basically the transaction or the, I guess you can say the currency for computers, cars, anything to transact with each other. Because there's going to be a time where you want to just plug in your charger, you want to pay for it, and you don't want to pull out a wallet or a phone. You just want to be able to plug in the charger and your car be your wallet, pays for the transaction. You're driving, and your car sees potholes in the road because we have smart cars. They report it to the government or they report it to the road companies, and they say, hey, look, here's a pothole. Oh, thanks, Johnny. Thanks for the information. Here, take 10 IOTA for your information. And then your car gets money in the wallet, and then you can pay for tolls with that. You can pay to fill up your tires. You can pay to charge your car because we're going to electric vehicles. Guys, we're going into smart cities. I mean, you can automatically pay for parking. I mean, I know I don't want to automatically pay for parking, but hey, it is what it is. It's simplicity. I mean, remember, guys, time is money. Don't forget about that. That time you take to go make that dumb transaction or take out your wallet or wait in line to pay for something, well, you're wasting your time. Don't do that. And then we already talked about the REN bridge coming to Ethereum. This already came out, so pretty awesome. Already went on the roadmap. Don't need to go over this. Yeah, grants, token liquidity, cool, awesome. We're gonna go into the white paper. So why are we making Fantom? The vision of Fantom is to grant compatibility between all transaction bodies around the world. All transaction bodies. That's important to remember. Transaction bodies. What does that entail? Cars, trains, boats, phones, everything. People. Not just human-to-human interaction. This is actually including IoT devices. And how big is that? It's massive. So instead of having to pay a centralized authority like paying for your internet, like Bright House Spectrum, everyone knows they stink. You can just say, oh yeah, let me pay Johnny who's providing my internet service, because as soon as I use the internet, open my laptop has a wallet, and it's going to constantly pay out the tokens just for paying for my internet. When I close my laptop, I'll be solid. Let me check to see if there's any questions. Oh man, we got one streamer, guys. Sorry, guys. How about Armor? I've never heard about Armor, but I'll check it out. Or just HODL. We moved up really fast. Look at weekly or daily. Guys, we may have another pullback, so do keep that in mind as well. But I'm probably just live streaming with myself. Hey, maybe someone else will play back. Who cares? I'm putting out this information for you guys just to help you out. The issues with blockchain. So we already talked about the issues of scalability and fees. This is huge. They are going to be getting rid of the fees, so very important. And a solution offered by Fantom. We already explained this. They solve it with the DAG. I wish I could say it, guys. I just say decentralized acyclic graph, but I know I'm saying it so bad. I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys the information so you guys can see it. What does DAG stand for? Directed acyclic graph. Okay, I said it right this time. Directed acyclic graph. There we go. And they use the Fantom OPERA Chain. That's why it's a little bit different. I'm trying to show you guys a picture to see how it is. But anyways, let's go into the first content. I guess we gotta stay organized on this. Go to page 14. Where are you? Oh, okay. So here's the OPERA Chain. So the OPERA Chain will use a new consensus algorithm known as Lachesis. So basically, this is improving the performance and security of the DAG, because you're going to have that one chain that basically verifies and confirms everything. And again, you're going to have 300,000 transactions per second, because instead of just all the transactions running on the highway, you got the sky. So the sky is still working with you. This is what a DAG looks like. So you have all these transactions up here, and then this would be like your OPERA chain, because it's your main chain in the middle, and it communicates with all these. Whether you're looking at it like, oh, it's only communicating with this. Well, no, it communicated with this, which communicated with these, and these communicated with these, so they all interact with each other. So here are the different event blocks. We kind of skipped over what it looks like, but this is how you're going to have the breakdown of the actual network. Let me try to zoom in for you guys. It's not that one. Yeah, we're down here. So you're going to have the stored data, you're going to have the signature data, which is where the transactions go through, and then the hash values for the previous block, just to have the blockchain keep going, because that's how a block goes. One block gets the information from the previous, and so on. What do I need to show you guys next? Let's go how it works. Okay, so again, we kind of explained this. This is your OPERA chain right here. And then you guys have these other guys interacting, making their transactions. And then once they interact with the main chain, then boom, it's on the network. And where's the other section I want to show you guys? I'm not going to go much into the technology, because it's almost like email. You don't need to really understand how it works. But if you guys are going to be looking into the project, you guys can read about it more and understand it. I'm trying to explain it to you guys in simple terms, but it's almost like email. You just use it. It works. So here's some of their responses to the attacks, and this is how they're going to protect against it. So here's a Sybil attack. So this is what I was talking about, the hundreds of transactions. They have the fee, so that's going to prevent that. Here's the parasite attack. With the OPERA chain, which is a quote-unquote main chain, this is going to prevent against this, because if it's not matching up with the main chain, it will be null and void and will not be added. And then you also have transaction flooding. We already explained this with the transaction fee. And we already talked about the functional language. This is basically the smart contract language, just like you have Java when you're coding like on a website. This is the blockchain language, which is Scala. Don't really know much about coding, so I just know it's called Scala. I don't really go much into coding. Don't need to go over that. Here's the good section we need to go to. By the way, guys, hope you guys aren't getting wrecked right now. Sometimes it happens, man. But remember, HODL. We don't need to go into that. Here it is. So here's the transactions per second. So this is in comparison. Cardano, 258. EOS, 10,000. Steam, 100,000. Guys, 300,000. This is like leaving these boys in the dust. It's crazy. Here's the layers of Opera. We kind of explained and went over the layers just a little bit one by one. But the reason why this one is different is because it merges the technology of IOTA and Nano. And the other chains are not doing this. So sure, you got Avalanche, sure you got eGold or Elrond, and sure you got Cardano, and sure, guys, there's so many different ones out there. But just look at it. This one's a little bit different. It's different, not a little bit. It's got the DAG technology and it has smart contracts. That's why it's different. And it has one of the basically the father of DeFi coming to it. I mean, if that doesn't say anything, well, I don't know what else to say. Where's the section I want to show you guys? Section 36. Here we go. The Opera wallet, we talked about it. Guys, check out the Opera wallet. It is awesome. Here is where basically how the whole ecosystem is going to work. So basically, you're going to have the smart contract protocol, which is basically everything that's on it. And, well, where the transactions go through and the smart contracts are deployed. So you're going to have the transaction pool, which it stores the data, collects the actions. So basically, if your data says, hey, once Johnny puts in $10, we'll pay out 10 Bitcoin. That'll be awesome. But it basically where your smart contract information is going to be stored, if and in this actions. The story data protocol, same exact thing. It's going to, again, follow the same actions that are happening with the transaction pool. So once those transactions are going through here, they're going to communicate with the story data. And the story data is going to initiate what needs to happen if and in this. And then you obviously have the reward protocol. So once these transactions are made, you got to pay with the fees for it. And this is interesting. They have a reputation protocol. So if you're like, oh man, this guy's horrible, he's a scammer, you can actually you can review that wallet or review that network, and you can give a reputation score to it. So it's similar to like a credit score. And then obviously you have the Fantom OPERA, which is basically like the main chain. And oh yeah, here's an example. So an application written by smart contracts running on OPERA Chain would be intended to allow customers to pay for ordering food online. So what happens is the consumer orders food, the food delivery application on like the website, and sends the tokens or sends the Fantom tokens or sends money. Once the food's delivered, the transaction tokens paid by the consumer would be transferred to the restaurant according to the terms in the contract. So if the terms say, hey, once the customer gets the food and it's hot, they agree, then the funds are delivered. If those terms are not met, then the funds are not changed. So if the food is not delivered properly, consumers would demand the replacement of food or refund the cost. So the smart contract would be designed to allow for refunds or allow for different operations. So like a quote-unquote smart contract. The restaurant deliverer would also approve a refund using the application host. So again, it's almost like a credit card ecosystem. So it's really cool how it works, and it's decentralized. So really, I do like how that works because I like decentralization. Mainly all of these different, the roadmap is basically completed on this. So do keep that in mind. And here's the token distribution. 40% token sale, 30% market development, 15% advisors and contributors, and 15% to Fantom team and founders. So guys, really well distributed token. I really like how it's distributed, and you guys can see it for yourself here. And this explains where the Fantom capital is going to be used. They got a big team and some really smart people. I recommend you guys take a look at their LinkedIn pages, look at their information, see what they're doing. But like I showed you guys on their GitHub, these guys are very active. Here's just a couple of their partnerships and several investors, guys. These guys, it's not just something that's like a fly-by-night, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice. It's just my opinion on the project. You do you, and I'll do me. Or just hold on, we moved up. Oh yeah, already answered that. Guys, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments on the side. I'll be more than happy to help out. Hope you guys aren't getting wrecked right now, but hey, it is what it is. We already went over the blockchain trilemma, all that information. But guys, definitely check out the Fantom wallet. I really like this project. They're doing some crazy stuff. I mean, look at this. We already explained this, but they're working being like the utility fee or the money or the transaction with the electric company. Just imagine, now you don't, well, unless you guys don't pay your electricity, but that's not right, guys. So say instead of getting those monthly electricity bills, you got to pay that check, you got to write it out. Instead, it's going to be your house has its own wallet and it pays out the electricity when it's used. Or even like real estate tokenization. This is just another diversification that the smart contract protocol offers. Yes, Ethereum offers this type of solution, but if you guys don't know how slow these transaction fees are, well, let me show you guys Transaction Street. Really cool little website, by the way. If you guys haven't visited Transaction Street, basically gives you a visual of the blockchain and tells you how congested it is. Right now, we only have 120. It's not bad. But you can open up each of these. You can see the GUI price like of each of the people in there. And yeah. But guys, once EIP 1559 comes out, I don't think this will be as much of an issue. But yes, you'll still have somewhat of an issue. If you guys want me to explain EIP 1559, just leave it in the comments on the side. I'll help it out. I'll be making a video on it later. But yeah, that is really Fantom Network in a nutshell. We didn't get too many viewers on this stream, but hey, it is what it is. Information's out there. Guys, go ahead and play back the video if you guys missed it. Hope it helped some. But Fantom Network, really like it. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's leave you guys with a wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 29. Man, we are going to get some slow internet. Let's close the Transaction Street. Maybe that'll help out a bit. Man, guys, it is slow. Proverbs chapter 29, verses 17. No, we already did that one. That's 18. Where there is no revelation, people cast out restraint. But blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction. We did that one as well, but still, very important, guys. Always heed wise instruction. Don't just shun it off because you'll be the dummy. Thanks for watching, guys.